I regard the forthcoming referendum as being a really defining moment for this country, a really defining moment for Ireland's future. And I've always said, and I strongly believe, that Ireland's best interests lie in being at the centre of an efficient and an effective and democratic European Union. And that's what the Lisbon Treaty is actually about. So we will put the country first in this referendum, and we will campaign vigorously and strongly and openly across the country for a very strong yes vote. Now, it's fitting that we chose today to launch the formal campaign here at the GPO, which is a powerful symbol of Irish independence and Irish freedom. And for me, the European Union has been the most liberating influence on this country, freeing us from the bonds of dependency upon Britain and freeing us from the bonds of having to do business in a market that was so confined. It has enabled us to develop our own economic independence, to develop our freedom in a new way, as a small country with a part of a population of 500 million people. I'll be asking Fine Gael supporters, who might have been offended in the last campaign, who might have been hurt during the last campaign, to put aside differences because they're very unhappy with the government at the moment, and to vote for the country, rather than against the government. And that's been the nature of Fine Gael's support for Ireland and Fine Gael's support for Ireland's part in the process of European development. Essentially, the purpose of this treaty is to reform the institutions and the decision-making processes of the European Union to cater for that population of 500 million, 27 member states. I believe, as has been pointed out by both Billy and by Lucinda here, that Ireland's membership of the European Union has been pivotal to our development over the last 30 years. It ended, as I said, our economic dependence upon Britain and opened up massive new potential markets for our people and for our business. So at a time of great economic uncertainty and great confusion in this country, with growth forecasts falling, with unemployment rapidly rising, tax revenues that are much lower than were forecast, and a record budget deficit in prospect, it is more important than ever that Ireland strengthens its place at the centre of Europe. So in this referendum, we actually have a unique opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to the European process and to strengthen our place at the heart of that union. And that's why I believe that a strong yes vote will send out a powerful message internationally that politics is about people, and the Irish people made their decision on the last occasion because of confusion and because of lack of clarity about a number of issues. This treaty is the same as the last one, but the clarifications are crucial. And the big substantive change, of course, that was so evident from so many people is that the other countries have agreed that the clause in the Lisbon Treaty will be activated to give every country its own commissioner. And that's why sending out a very strong yes vote powerfully endorses Ireland's place in at the heart of the European process. So the results of this referendum will have huge consequences, not just for Ireland, but for the entire European family of 27 countries and 500 million people. We have a responsibility as politicians in the Fine Gael party to lead by example. And my instructions to all our supporters right across the country over the next number of weeks is to see to it that house-to-house canvasses are carried out and people are spoken to and encouraged, and that any concerns that they have can be dealt with insofar as we can humanly do that. And I'm confident that on the 2nd of October, the Irish people will opt for solidarity and a future role of influence rather than isolation. We have lots of friends in Europe. We need to keep those friends. And that's why I repeat my request to the Irish people to vote for the country rather than against the government. And that's why my campaign and the Fine Gael's campaign over the next number of weeks will be strongly positive, strongly for a yes vote, on the basis that this gives us a unique opportunity as a small, nimble, flexible country with massive potential to achieve further growth in the context of a market of 500 million people out there. Over the next 3 to 4 weeks, we get through every part of the country carrying the message, a positive message, that we want people to set aside political differences with the government and vote strongly for Europe by giving a resounding yes to the referendum question on the 2nd of October.